Let me talk about the Baltimore Ravens for a second. Trust me, I'm not going to stay on this long. There's a lot of things that you could pinpoint to why Baltimore not only is not playing in the Super Bowl, but didn't play in the AFC Championship. Yes, you can point to Mark Andrews dropping the game-tying 2-point conversion at the end of the game. You can also point to Mark Andrews fumbling the ball in the fourth quarter. Or Mark Andrews dropping a very critical play in the, I think, first or second quarter. Or Derrick Henry dropping a very clutch catch. I think it was in the second quarter. Or, yet again, for another year, shockingly, Baltimore went away from the run sooner than they should have. All that is true. And if you would say, if you want to pinpoint one of those things, or Lamar Jackson throwing an interception and on the very next possession fumbling the ball, yes, you can. I wouldn't say you are wrong in any sense of the word. You can have it. If you want to put the loss on Lamar, if you want to put the loss on Mark Andrews, if you want to put the loss on Todd Monken, if you want to put the loss on John Harbaugh, cool. I'm not necessarily saying you're wrong. I'm just saying cool. But I don't know if you guys remember. I think I've come to the realization that Baltimore is my second team. Obviously, my first team is always going to be Washington, no matter how bad we are, no matter how good we are. Washington is always going to be my first team. But I think my second team that I root for, probably due to proximity to where I'm from, and I like Lamar Jackson, I think Baltimore is my second team. I think I've been fighting it for a while, but I think this year I've just accepted it. But even with that, I don't know if you guys remember, but early this season, or I think it was early on in the season, or midway through the season, I said something. And what I said was, I have lost faith in Baltimore this year, even with them being as dynamic and incredible as they are. I've lost faith in Baltimore because of the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. This is yet another year where Baltimore has the team to compete for a Super Bowl. But this is yet another year where we see Baltimore lose in the final game of their season due to self-inflicted wounds. I don't think that there is a team in the National Football League that beats themselves more than Lamar Jackson. More than the Baltimore Ravens. You can talk about how great Lamar Jackson was the second half, which he was. But he still had the first half, and he still had an interception. He still had a fumble. I thought, you bring on Derrick Henry. He has the season that he has. Almost rushed for 2,000 yards. I'm thinking, you bring him for the Super Bowl. For the playoffs. So they can't abandon the run because you have somebody as great as Derrick Henry. They abandon the run again against the Buffalo Bills. The stat is, if Derrick Henry rushes for more than 20 rushes, like if he gets more than 20 carries a game, I think they're undefeated. The man had 16 carries against Buffalo. A team that is their weakest point is rush defense. It's defense in general. Pass defense, rush defense. I'm not saying they're trash, but 16 carries for 84 yards. I thought that we would see a repeat of what Baltimore did to Pittsburgh just a week before, where they just said, hey, Pittsburgh, we don't care how vaunted your defense is. We're going to run every time. I think they rushed 50 times as a team. You could have done that against the Buffalo Bills, even if it did. You wear them down till the fourth quarter, to the point where Buffalo is a light team on the defense. Like they don't have big guys, so that didn't happen. What I'm saying is this. I think Lamar Jackson is probably going to win his third MVP. And shouts out to him, well deserved. I'm a little shocked that Josh Allen's not going to win it, but seeing as though how much they hyped up Josh Allen all year, but I think they both had incredible seasons, and I think the consensus is Lamar Jackson's going to win his third. I think they had an incredible season. I think that moving forward, of course, we have to see what happens this offseason. We'll talk about a story that has come up towards the end. But I think that going into the season next year, Baltimore will have a roster to compete for a Super Bowl. I think that Lamar Jackson, especially with them extending Todd Monken, will have yet another great season. Maybe not as prolific as this year, but I think he'll have a great season. I think Derrick Henry will have an incredible season again. Baltimore will look eerily similar to this year in the sense of, I think that they have some pieces that they have to figure out. Ronnie Staley being one of them, their star offensive lineman. But they have an opportunity to be right in the position to win a Super Bowl. But they are a see it to believe. They have found themselves on a see it to believe it basis with me. Because, like I said, the definition, every single year it feels like they do something to beat themselves. And that was on full display in the AFC Championship. On the road, might I add, in frigid temperatures against the Buffalo Bills. Oh, man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.